Okay, let's see if we go live. Okay. All right, well, okay, it is, what is it? Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. And this is going to be not a terribly long stream, and I'm not even going to stream Fallout 76 in it specifically. But it's a stream to announce the public opening of the Discord that has been traditionally open only to my patrons, to the public. There is a link to the Discord that is now in the banner of my YouTube channel. Why don't we go ahead and see if I can't open that up and just show it to you real quick. Hold it. Okay. Let me go ahead and show that screen. There we go. Okay, there's the channel. You get the 3 links up here. I took the Twitch off because I haven't streamed on Twitch in a long time. We got Twitter, we got Patreon, and we got Discord. So if you go to the Discord link, it'll take you over to the Discord server. Now, there are a couple of channels here that will not be open to the general public. And that's Patreon Chat, and that is the Fallout Lore ad-free. That is where I stream the videos ad-free from my AWS server, the S3 server there, via CloudFront. Along with that, the Patreon Chat is just for my patrons. But yeah, it is now open to the public. And if you want to, you can come by, become a member. We can talk about Fallout lore. You can make suggestions for specific lore videos. You can request lore videos. You can vote on what lore video is coming next. So that's that for that announcement right there. What else? I'll talk about a little bit about what is coming up next, which is... There we go. The next video is going to be covering... do I not have... Okay, yeah, right. It's just lagging behind. The next video is going to be covering the pit, specifically the trench. Let me go ahead and show this. Get rid of that. Okay, so I found this general image of the pit, the trench on Twitter. And I've been using it as a general guide to create this map here. Now, I got to tell you, the image from Twitter is not all that useful. Now, I will give it this. Hey, Night Spearhead, good to see you. It does have have some important things on it, specific names for things and stuff like that. But in terms of actually giving you the layout, it's not easy to see at all. In fact, there are tunnels that you cannot see here. And if I open up my version of the map, you can see these actual tunnels on here. And so that's my goal, is create a way for you all to actually get a good understanding of the trench in the same way that it did with the Foundry. So that's what I'm doing right there. I was working on the Discord chat the past couple days, but now I'm going to get back onto this, and we will... I'll see how long it takes me. This right here took me a couple hours, and I know it doesn't seem like there's a lot here, but when it comes right down to it, I'm having to go in and... yeah, professional cartographer, yes. I'm having to go in and, okay, let's again take a look at this. There is nothing here that indicates what the interior structure of this building is right here. So I have to go in and basically make as good an educated guess as I possibly can off of the interior structure and the exterior map. So that's what I'm doing right there. And again, this is just the general layout of the interior of these structures. I'm going to have to actually go in and make individual maps of those sections as well. So that's going to take a little while. What else to announce about that stuff? Okay, I guess I can show you a couple things, given that I now have my screen showing rather than a game. So I've got right here, if you're ever wondering how it is that I started the whole process of creating lore videos, it was through this document that I created here. I've got it in Google Sheets, but it actually started off as a Excel spreadsheet. And it's basically every piece of lore that I found when I came across it in the game, I put into this. So we've got, for example, Vault 76 in the cafeteria. I found a note called Love Note with this contents right here. And this is not stuff that I copied off of the what's it called? The wiki. This is stuff that I actually went in and typed myself. So this took a while, and you can see here that up to here is all Vault 76. And so that way, when I'm going through here and I'm wanting to find, let's say, Grafton, then I can see right here, From McFadden's personal log at the Vaultec Agricultural Research Center, we lost a battle near Grafton. So that's how I started off making these lore videos. Yeah, I try to check everything from memory, but at the same time, if I'm looking for a specific piece of information, like, again, when they lost Grafton, for example, which was right there. Lost a battle near Grafton, January 1st, 2094. So this right here is how it is that I started making lore videos in the first place, going through the game, finding every single note, holotape, terminal that I could, and putting all the information. There are actually terminals here that you can't find anymore, and they don't exist in the game anymore. Let me see if I can't find it. There it is. Morgantown Airport check-in kiosk. This information terminal no longer exists in the game. I captured it before the Wastelanders patch, which you're not missing much. It's just a massive error message. But yeah, again, something you can't find anymore. Yeah, I'll say they have removed a few things. Mostly they've moved things around. So at least there's that. This is a terminal that is definitely not in the game anymore. And you definitely don't get the same feel out of it going into it as you used to get. Now, I think that it's a better version of the airport that they made it. But it's also kind of weird because, again, it kind of changes the lore of the... Let me turn my fan off here. I just realized it's still on. They kind of changed the feel of the airport because they turned it into the last stand that it actually was. But before that, it really had a feel of being like the heart of the responders operation in Morgantown. It definitely lost that when it turned into the last stand location. But you had a feel for like how it was operating on a day-to-day basis. And there was a vendor bot in there that they killed. You can still find it lying on the ground next to the, I think it's like the baggage department or something like that. So yeah, this was a lot of work. This was all done in the back in 2019 after I started making my first lore video covering the Nukashan initiative. So that's what all happened there. Yeah, and it also didn't have a single NPC in it that was still alive, and you could still find Maria Chavez's body in there as well at the same time. So anybody who's just joining, this is my original compilation of all the lore that I could find in the game. It's not 100% complete, I'll say that. I don't have literally everything, but I do have a lot of stuff in here, and it does help when I'm trying to find some of the older stuff. And it's definitely something that I'll use if I like don't want to use the wiki, which, like, no offense to the wiki people, but fandom is horrible. The number of ads on that thing, and like you click on the page, and as soon as you try to click on something, oh, a massive banner ad that covers half the page loads in, and you can't get to it. And then, like, on mobile, when I'm not dealing with the best cell service, I'll go in there and try to read an article, or I'll try to, like, search for something, and then I'll be waiting the minute for it to load all the ads before I can get to the search function. So I've actually found it's better to go to Google to search for this, and then use that link to go to the wiki than to use the in-wiki search system. The wiki search is also just terrible. I'll also say that. Again, very useful resource, but horrible in terms of user interface and user experience. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, no, again, yeah, the information's good. The ads are so freaking prevalent and just like they take up way too much of the stuff there, of the space and all that. So let's see, is there anything else to talk about here? I don't think I want to end things just yet because I haven't left any time for anybody to ask any questions or anything like that. I also, like, I'm going to be spending the next 4 hours in Fallout 76 mapping the pit, so I don't really feel like playing Fallout 76 right now. Week's not too bad so far. Rode my bike home today. Do that a couple days a week. Luckily it didn't rain too much this time. It has in the past. Let's see, why don't we go ahead and play Terra Nil for like a single round of that. If you haven't played this, it's a good game. If you have Netflix, you can get it for free on your phone. If you don't have Netflix, then you'd have to pay for it. Is it something there? Yeah, okay, it's showing up for y'all now as well. It's a little mobile game. I purchased it on Steam as well because I wanted to support it because I think it was well made. I think it's a little pricey for what it was, or for what it is, but okay, let's do new profile here. I'll just show you all how this game works real quick. And again, if you have any questions you want to ask about the Discord, upcoming lore, any lore questions in general that you have, stuff like that. So the whole concept of this game is that it's the city unbuilder. And so you start off with a completely destroyed wasteland. I'm just going to go with this one. You start off with a completely destroyed wasteland. I wonder if I turned off tutorials, or if you can turn off tutorials. Regardless, okay. Start off with a completely destroyed wasteland, and you try to turn it into a restored, verdant paradise, which kind of has a little bit of a Fallout theme to it. Of course, like, you're dealing with much better technology than... other than the Gek. The Gek is the one thing that has this beat, and I definitely just screwed that up by not putting this thing in the spot they wanted me to, but oh well. There we go. So we detoxified the land with these toxin scrubbers and then added irrigators. Now, and you see we have this resource at the top left. It's like, I don't know what it is exactly. Greenery? I don't know. But regardless, you can go in and add more power. And there are 4 different maps. Well, 4 different environments, and each environment has 2 different versions of it. There's like an Arctic environment. There's a island environment. There's an urban environment, and then there's this forest environment. Each one has their own specific animals, plants, and you can see here now the map's expanding. And each environment has its own issues you have to deal with, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and add... Well, actually, I don't think I need to add that there. Why don't we just deal with the existing greenery we can make. I have fun with this one, and I will say in the mobile form, it's a mixed bag. In terms of building games, I mean. Because it's fun, but the controls aren't 100%. And along with that, it definitely has performance issues, at least on my phone, and my phone's pretty new. So, not a perfect endorsement of it, but again, I think it's pretty good. Starts off pretty simple here. Your goal is just to detoxify the land and add greenery. When you deal with more water, the detoxification is a much bigger part of it. Surviving Mars. I don't know. The thing is, there are multiple Sims like that I've played. I don't know if I've played that one specifically. I did a horrible job placing that. I have beaten this entirely, but again, I think it's pretty fun. Or at least it's relaxing, and at the same time it also, I think, makes a pretty good looking environment once you're done with it. Let's put that there. So one of the games I'm sure I've played is Planet Terraformer? What is that called? Planet Crafter? There are so many games that I've played over the past decade through Steam, and some of them I remember and some of them I don't. I maybe have played Surviving Mars, from what you're saying there. It sounds like something I've done. There's one game that I actually came to really enjoy, which, like, it's definitely something where it can really drag out. It's where you're terraforming an entire planet. And so you, like, start off just trying to generate heat and stuff like that. Okay, so we've created enough greenery now that it gives us the ability to make more specialized biomes. So this one right here would be like a wetland. There we go. Now, along with that, why don't we... Well, we still need to create a bit more greenery. So... And so this area right here where I can't put any wind turbines and it's also too far from anything, I can put in a calcifier, which creates rocks. And then I can add detoxifiers. Let's see if anybody has joined the Discord yet or no. Hey! Welcome, Franciscos? Apologize if I mispronounced your name there. Again, there are a couple of channels that are not going to be available just to the general public. It's the free videos that I already offer to my patrons. Also the chat that I offer specifically to my patrons. I'm looking for more benefits to give my patrons as well now that I've opened up the Discord, because the Discord was originally, like, other than being able to stream my videos ad-free, that was like their benefit. And so I'm probably going to be doing something like t-shirts or mugs or something like that. I've found a mug maker, and it's through Cricut, which, if you're aware, they have a machine that allows you to cut up like vinyl and stuff like that, so you can make shirts and car decals. Ah, you're in the stream. Okay, yeah. Well, that may make sense that you're in the stream. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to be more active in Discord. The channel has been generally fairly quiet in the past, so I'm hoping this will liven things up a bit. And again, like, I've got ideas for another dozen or so vids on Fallout 76. There are hundreds of videos on Fallout I could still make. I'm talking like Fallout's 1, even like 1 and 2, right? But in terms of Fallout 76, I'm fairly close to running out of material at this point. There's not that much left to talk about in Fallout 76. And they have not added new content in a while. New content that I can really make videos on, you know? Like, they add new cosmetics and stuff like that all the time, but I'm looking for more story material. Like, they just added a really neat-looking Enclave set to the game. But when are we going to get any more actual Enclave content, right? I'm adding beehives now to these trees, which gives me these interesting little biomes around the trees. There we go. And now we have to set fire to things. Let's see. Why don't we see if we can't detoxify anything else over here? No, I was just looking at it just now when I was getting ready to make the thumbnail for the video. I don't know how long that stuff's been on there. I've been focused on other stuff the past couple days, so it could be that that Enclave stuff has been there for, like, I don't know, 3 days or something like that. But okay, calcification. Again, if you're just now arriving at the stream, the main purpose of the stream today was to announce the opening of the Discord to the public. The link to it is on the YouTube channel. It's on in the banner. It's open to the public. There are a couple channels open only to patrons, but other than that, everything is open. Come by, chat, ask for videos, stuff like that. So, okay, let's see. Time to start some fires. Gotta set that brush on fire. Oop. There we go. Used concentrated sunlight to light this entire field on fire. So that I can now add a forest. Okay, I may have just missed it before, but it's come around again. Good. If they are finally working on some more story content, then I've got new things to talk about. There are still a couple of things story-wise I need to talk about. There are some remakes I still need to make. Yes, I know. There are a couple of remakes I need to make still of some of the older city-based videos, specifically like Point Pleasant, Clarksburg, Welch, Beckley. So that's stuff that I'm definitely going to be doing. But I mean, when it comes right down to it, like there's not been much for me to cover lately. Trying to find, because it's going to burn the entire area. Why don't I actually do some climate manipulation? Humidifiers, or cloud seeders, I guess they call them. And these are climate goals you have here on the right. So it's going to start raining here in just a second, which will take care of the rest of this desiccated wasteland. You can see we've got migratory birds now. We got all the bees from the beehives. Yep, there goes the rainfall. Let's dig another river. Right. Actually, we don't need another river anymore, do we? Well, I need some more power, I guess so. Let's do that. Calcify. And then dig. Well, we need power here now. And dig one more river. And again, calcify. And power. I'm always, and I'm sure anybody who's watched my videos for a while knows this, I'm always very hopeful that they're going to be adding content to Mount Weather, specifically. We'll see whether or not that ends up being a thing. I'm very hopeful that it will be. Because it's the perfect site for an Enclave bunker. Let's start another fire. Except for it's raining, so I'm going to have to wait a second on that. I still need... No, because I really do need another forest. Well, let's see if we can't get it done quickly. The problem is that it could well be that the fire starts on the forest, or that basically the rain regenerates the grass too quickly, or the fire recatches the forest. There we go. That worked. Okay, now we gotta start finding animals. Along with that, I'm gonna do one more fire up here. Although to do that, I'm gonna have to create another forest up there. I'm gonna have to have another... oh no. Okay, do I have another hill that I can make a forest on? No. Well, that's unfortunate, because I need a forest on a hill to get a specific animal that I want. Well, I can dig another river if I have to. Okay. Oh, is that... Huh. Can I not build... Okay, I guess I need to connect this to the other river. Man, this is unlucky placement here. Welcome, Let the Tunes Flow. I try to stream once a week. I missed last week, unfortunately. Just know this, if I do miss, it's not something intentional. I literally have just forgotten to stream that week. Most of the time it's because I'm working on something else. Last week I was trying to get that that video on the scrambled map of Appalachia done, and that thing was kicking my ass. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but the sheer number of maps that I had to put together for that video, that was so time consuming. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, start another fire. And now we get another forest. Yeah, no, I know. It took a long time to get that thing out. It happens occasionally. Well, not occasionally. I will say this. I'm a horrible estimator as to when I'm going to get a video done. Okay. Recycle that. Okay, I guess it wants me to place more of these. It's been a while since I've started this game, so I'd forgotten that you actually do have to do several of these. Okay, there we go. Now we get a little boat to recycle for us. And we can place these little recycling pickup spots. Because the whole point here is that we have effectively saved the local environment. I'm going to have to dig more rivers in order to get to this stuff. Let's see. And so, my patrons know that I thought that I was done making maps like a week before it was done, before the video was done, and then I realized as I was going through it, I had maybe created half the maps I was going to end up having to make, and that was 95 maps when I thought I was done. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add another river. I'm really glad you like the videos. Let the tunes flow. The actually, speaking of the YouTube gods, it actually has interestingly enough, they've been very kind lately. The past month has been the best in the channel's history to this point. Why did I just do that? I didn't need that. I was doing this entirely for the purpose of recycling. But here, let me... 1 second. Let me pause that and bring this up. Okay. So you can see what it is that's going on in terms of the channel. Is this up to date? Pretty much. Okay. You're seeing my channel, my dashboard for the first time. 4142 subscribers, 340 in the past 28 days. That is significantly more than usual. Also, the revenue is up pretty well too. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why you got it recommended to you. Do you want up in my lap? Come on. If you're wondering what's going on here, I've got this cat here. So yeah, again, 340 new subscribers in the past 28 days. Let me take a look at the analytics. That's specific analytics. Channel Discord. Yep, there we go. Okay, subscribers. So you can see it like this, 120 more than usual. Now, I still don't make enough on a monthly basis for it to register whether or not this is better or worse than anything else. But this right here is about 30 bucks more a month than I typically make. So, I mean, even this is up significantly as well. So, excellent news all around in terms of this kind of stuff. So, yeah. I don't think I've said anything about that yet, so you all now know. Oh, I need to pick up all this crap. And that crap. I just realized I had a river that's blocked by this water producer. Oh, never mind, it's not. Okay. The calcifiers do block the rivers, though. Can I... No, I'm going to need a recycler. Where can I put it? There? Yeah, I think that'll do it. There we go. So yeah, the pit video covering the trench will be the next lore video. Not a lore video, it's a surveil video, but those surveil videos take as long as a lore video, so I'm not going to count it as a lore video, but I'm just going to say that is the next video. A typical surveil video takes like 2 days to put together because I have to visit these sites 5 times. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see what happens in terms of the videos, in terms of how the channel does going forward in the next month or two. Hopefully it stays like this or gets better. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the surveil videos just take forever. The typical surveil video takes maybe 2 days. No, maybe 3. 2 days at a minimum, I'd say, because I have to visit these sites 5 times, collecting the loot, making sure that I haven't missed a collectible, or seeing all the collectibles I can find over the course of those 5 visits. The pit, those sites are so much bigger than your typical sites, and and again, I've been making maps of them as well, which is why it takes so much longer. Because the typical sites, you don't have to make a map of like of what's the most recent one that I did before that stuff, Metal Dome, something like that. I don't need to make a map of Metal Dome. I can show you easily the entire site in a matter of 5 minutes. But that is definitely not the case when we're talking about something like the Trench. So in the case of the Trench, I have visited it once. I've got to visit it 4 more times, and in the process, I've got to map the thing. I'm going to try to get that done as quickly as possible. In the past, that took me, what was it, 16, 20 hours to map the Foundry? Okay, so in terms of how many times I've played through it, like for example, so the Wastelanders content, going through Vault 79, that was minimum 2 characters that it took to get that stuff. Because I had to do one from the side of the Raiders and one from the side of the Settlers. The main quest I've done twice. I've actually filmed it twice and put up the video twice, because once was after Wastelanders, so you can see how the game has changed in terms of the available content and all that, in terms of like dialogue options, like the new NPCs and stuff like that. I gotta actually find some animals. So we gotta scan for specific animals. In this case, we've got a grazer, lives in herds and wide open grasslands. Well, we got some of that stuff, like right here. Yeah, there's some deer. Frogs that live in amphibian, that lives in wetlands near Finbos Fields. Well, we got some of that here. There we go. Large caniforms domain on a hill which contains a beehive. Why don't we... Okay, I need to... Thank you. I don't need the tutorial. Okay, I don't need the tutorial. Thank you. Stop it. Okay, gotta put a beehive on the hill. There we go. Now, I can scan for this thing. And it's a bear. Now this web-footed waterfowl rests on large lakes when it's not flying. I don't know if this will be big enough. If not, we'll have to dig a lake. There we go. There's a goose. Industrious rodent builds its home on a river near a forest. We got a forest on a river right here. Beavers. And we've got predator that prowls in a forest near a source of prey. Well, we need another source of prey, so why don't we create some more deer right here near this forest. And let's go ahead and find... Okay. That. There we go, timber wolves. We have found 6 of the required 3 animal species. Okay, and now all that's left is we've found all the climates, we found all the animal species. Let's go ahead and pick up the last of our stuff. There we go, we're good to go. And actually, though, so the Wastelanders content I've now had to finish 3 times. Once more when I was creating the video on the Raiders of the Crater. I don't know. I feel weird about advertising the channel. I don't know, it's just this weird thing that I've got where I prefer the growth to be organic, but at the same time I know that that's definitely a much slower much slower version of things there. Now we can appreciate the environment that has been created with our flying waterfowl, wetlands, Finbos fields, forests, beavers, deer, bears, wolves. Again, I like this game. It's pretty simple. It really is definitely a mobile game. But again, I think the desktop version, just like with almost everything else, is a better version than the mobile version. So, and again, if you have Netflix, you've already got it for free. You just have to go to the Netflix app on your phone, and you can get to it that way. So, This is an unpaid advertisement for Netflix, by the way. I actually don't even watch Netflix that much anymore, but I still have it. It's Terra Nil, Terra Nil, Nil. So, all right. Again, anybody who has here at this point and doesn't know, this is again to announce the launch of the Discord. Well, not the launch of the Discord, but the opening of the Discord to the public. And so if you want to join in there with the conversation, make suggestions, make requests, go to the YouTube channel that's in the banner. That's actually just, I can click on that. In fact, why don't I just close this out? Hold up. You can see real quick. These are the other environments. You got islands, Arctic, and this is an urban environment with like radioactive debris and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, again, right up here at the top right in the banner, we've got Twitter, Patreon, and Discord. And the Discord option will bring you right on over to the Discord. And at that point, yeah, I am closing things out, Night Spearhead. And so next week, I'm hoping to have, I would love to have that video done by Friday. It's probably not going to happen given that it's Tuesday already. So why don't we say Monday for the Surveil video? And then after that, as you can see in my next lore video option, you can join and you can vote. The next video is going to be one of these three things. Fallout 3 lore, what happened to Megaton? Fallout New Vegas lore, what happened to Prim? Or Fallout 4 lore, what happened to Natick? You can go there, you can vote, and just hit with the response of your choice, the reaction, and let me know what you want to see. So, this has been the Resolute Cartographer. Again, go ahead, join the Discord, we can chat there. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you all next week. Have a great day, y'all.